hobbies, it's Sushi here from ThirdEyeNuke Studio, and in this video I'm going to unbox two new releases. They came out together with a new codex this weekend, and it's for a completely new army, Militarum Tempestus. They are kind of a mini codex army, so you have limited amount of models that you can use to form your army, but they're great if you want to align with them if you already have an Imperial army. I think that's kind of a main attraction there, really. And the first model I'm going to show you is a vehicle. It's Taurox. It's painted in the blue colors of Militarum Tempestus at the front, but you can use it for an Imperial Guard army. As you can see at the back, there's some green color scheme going on there. So let's have a look what's inside. Those are the two sprues that you get inside. As you can see, it's really tightly packed with detail. You get one big panel here and a few, biggish panels for the wheels and some insides. But it's all mainly really little pieces. And this model actually comes across much more complex than many other vehicles that you get in 40k. You can't really compare the level of complexity to a Rhino, for example, and it takes much longer to put together too. We made a Taurox version from this box rather than Taurox Prime. So as you can see, there's quite a few pieces left, which you can use for your conversions. The instruction is pretty straightforward. The only thing I'd point out is that you get a little guy sitting inside, as you can see here, and it's a bit of a shame to cover him up. We didn't put him in, because we just glued the top on, but the only way for you to see him is if you keep the top off, because it doesn't really have a back hatch, so you don't really have opportunity to open up and have a peek of what's inside. So this is a model put together. It's not that big really, it's much smaller than I would have thought. It's sort of a little bit smaller than a Rhino really. But the level of detail comparison to the Rhino is amazing. It's really quite a complex model. It's very nicely done, really nicely thought through. The design is great, is really great, and I really do like it. I didn't initially like it because I didn't quite like the color scheme that was portrayed at the front of the magazine. The turquoise color scheme is just a little bit too bright for my liking. For me, it really goes well with like camo and darker and sort of paler colors. So that's the colors we're going to paint it. It's going to be, one of them is going to be a camo, and the other one's going to be gray or maybe like a blue-gray to go with an Imperial Guard army. And here you go, a little bit of a comparison. Another new release this weekend is Militarum Tempestus Scions. You can make two variations from this box. One is of troopers, the ones at the front, and the other is of a command squad. At the moment, it is told that they can be used for Militarum Tempestus, but I heard that apparently you will be able to use the trooper squad for Imperial Guard army instead of stormtroopers. I'm not certain if it's true, but I certainly hope so, because that's how we paint in our troopers. Inside the box there are two tightly packed sprues. You might think that we haven't used those, but look carefully and you'll see we have. And this is what's left. Of course we didn't make the command squad, but even just judging from the past making up figures, this is a lot of bits left. It looks like you almost can make another 5 of them. There's weapons left, there are like 10 heads or so left. There's loads of little bits and pieces, great for conversions, but otherwise I'd say a bit of a waste really. In fact, there's so much of those extras, they almost forgot to put the stuff that's really important, because some of the weapons that you're allowed to have 2 of, which are melter guns, flamers, plasma guns, you only get 1 off. So in order to make 2, in case you do want to, you actually have to buy another box. which is kind of a miscalculation, I think, on their behalf. Here are the models put together. Absolutely great models, really. The design is really intriguing. It's really kind of a mix of Second World War with Space Marine futuristic look. It's a great design. I'm really thrilled about those models. I absolutely love the heads without the face, the sort of guys with the goggles, and the guy with the goggle and the beret. He's awesome. And I'm pretty certain some of you guys might think of using those elsewhere in Space Marine armies. I think those could work for Chaos Cultists, for example. Will look really, really cool. So overall, really pleased with those models and looking forward to painting them inspired by Second World War colors. And definitely will post the results as soon as we're finished. And hope you enjoyed the review, and see you next time.